What's up, everybody? Today in this video, what I wanted to talk about was ways you can deal with stress and anxiety, okay? Now, a lot of people struggle with this, and it's getting bad because a lot of people are going throughout their day-to-day lives extremely stressed out constantly, okay? Now, I've lived with people who have experienced this. You know, I'm not gonna put out names, people who are taking medication because of stress and anxiety. It's getting to the point where people are doing less things that's gonna help them with stress and anxiety, and what they're doing instead of doing the free things that are around us that we can do daily, they're spending money on medication. And it's just not as helpful as doing the things I'm about to talk to you guys about in this video, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and start with tip number one, guys, is doing the work that you love the most, okay? So about a year and a half ago, I set out a goal to become a personal trainer because I was extremely happy with the results and progress that I had made. So I was like, you know, I want to share that gift with other people. I want to share that prize, and I want to give the gift of transformation to other people as well. So that's exactly what I did. For about 7 or 8 months now, I have been working as a personal trainer, making a living as a personal trainer, okay? And I have not experienced a lot of stress. Of course, there's gonna be days where we all experience stress, but as a general whole view of things, guys, I'm a pretty happy person. That being said, you know, back until I was like 18 years old, I'm 24 now, in case you guys aren't aware. From the time I was about 18 to about 22, late 23 years old, I was fired from probably every single job that I've worked at. I've worked at a retirement home as a dishwasher. I've worked at retail stores, Staples, you know, retail outlets for clothing, you name it. I've worked at Dollar General. I've worked at so many places, and it just never worked out for me because I never liked being told what to do, especially from doing something I do not like doing. I'm not about that stress, F that. So what I did was there was periods of points where I was living without money because I didn't want to be stressed out, and I did not want to just chase a paycheck. That's not what we're here for. If we chase a paycheck and we chase work, we're never gonna be happy, and we're never gonna make a good amount of money or a great amount of money. We're constantly doing that. So I set out the goal to become a personal trainer. You know, that's exactly what I've been doing, and I love doing this. I love making videos, and some people may look at this as like it's work or whatever the case may be. It is technically work, but it's something that I enjoy doing. I have a passion for this, so it's not work. So now that we got that topic out of the way, guys, touch on one more topic. You know, what we do for a living is what we do throughout the entire week. It takes a lot of time throughout the week. You know, some people 35 hours, some people between 35 and 70 hours a week. That's a huge chunk in our lives that is gonna take up a huge space. It's a huge chunk of our time throughout our weeks, okay? Now, if you're constantly stressed within that chunk of time, you're gonna be taking medications like half the other population who's stressed out and has anxiety disorders. So I highly encourage you to find something that you're interested in, that you love doing. And like I mentioned in past videos before, if you don't know exactly what you're passionate about or what you're interested in, I highly encourage you to spend a little bit of time by yourself so that you can do that. You know, I speak from experience when I say this because I was on house arrest and probation for a huge, like you guys all know, 3 years of my life, which forced me to kind of be by myself a little bit and get to know myself. So on that note, guys, tip number 2 is to lift weights, work out, do yoga, exercise, run, you name it, you pick it, it's up to you, guys. My personal preference of choice is weightlifting and bodybuilding. It's just my outlet. I love doing it. It's just something that I can work towards on a weekly basis that keeps me grounded, it keeps me centered, and it just helps out with everything. I'm a much less stressed person nowadays, now that I work out, rather than back when I didn't work out. Back when I didn't work out a lot, I was always stressed out. You know, I would come home from school stressed out, things like that, and I always just felt like the world was against me. And I have the world in the palm. We all have the world in our palm of our hands, okay? And we get to choose what we want to do with it. So that being said, if you work out, you can kind of develop and adapt that same mentality. So go ahead and do some form of exercise, guys. I promise it's not going to do you any harm. So it's something that you should definitely start and stick with for a very long time, and you shouldn't stop. I know people that start, they stop, they start, they stop. I'll tell you what, guys, I fell off a few times within my journey, and I could say starting up is probably the worst thing you can do once you fall off. So please just stay on task with it so you do not fall off. And it just sucks when you have to get back into the gym, you have to get back into exercising. It's a grueling process. So now that's out of the way, guys, that's tip number 2 for you. Tip number 3 is doing some form of medication, not medication, meditation. Yes, meditation is kind of like medication. But yes, a couple of mentors of mine, they've been doing meditating, things like that. I noticed they're generally pretty happy people. So I was like, why not? I'm going to try it myself. Now, I don't meditate every single day, but I would say I try to meditate 3 to 4 times a week, depending on which day I feel stressed out the most. So within that, guys, it really helps you out with stresses, dealing with anxiety, or if you have anxiety. I'm not a person that experiences anxiety. I more so deal with or handle stress. Stress isn't something I experience a lot because I do these things that I'm talking about in the video. But if I ever do feel stressed, I do a huge chunk of the things I'm talking about. So guys, meditation, doing some sort of yoga, writing, reading, you name it, you guys. There's so many different forms and ways of meditation. And that could even mean working out. That could even mean swimming, going for a walk, or just, getting to know yourself and being in touch with yourself, guys. That's what it's all about. That's what's going to help you stay away from stress and anxiety. You don't need to take pills. You don't need to take, you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars a month doing these things, guys. It's just something that we have to set our mind to and make the time to do. And it's a very tough pill to swallow, but that's the truth of the matter. It just takes effort to experience less stress, less anxiety, more joy, more happiness, more fulfillment, you name it, guys. On that note, guys, it's very basic, very simple. Tip number 1, do the work you love. Like I said, a huge chunk of our lives goes towards working and making a living. When you're making a living and you're just trying to survive, you'll find yourself a lot less happy. My thing is, I would rather thrive at something that I love opposed to just trying to survive and not doing something I enjoy. Other than that, tip number 2, working out, any form of working out, just do it. If you need help, comment in the comment box below. I would definitely be glad to help you get started with that. Tip number 3, meditation. Figure out your form of meditation. Reading, writing, walking, running, exercising. It all helps out, guys. That's medication right there. Not pills, not synthetic pills that just, I don't know. I don't even want to go off on a tangent on pills and stuff like that, guys. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys found it useful and helpful. These are all things that I've gone through from experience, and this is why I'm sharing them with you as well. I've seen people drive their lives into the ground, health mainly because of stress and anxiety. Stressing yourself out is only going to drive your health down into the grave, and it's not a very fun process. I've experienced, bursts of stress in my life back in my past when I was, experiencing the things I was going through. And, when you're really stressed out, your mind starts tricking you into doing things that is, that's all I can explain it as. Your mind starts tricking your body and you start believing it. And that's what stress does to you. It does some crazy stuff to you, guys. So, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out. I don't wanna ramble and rant too much. I hope you guys find this useful because it definitely helped me out, guys. On that note, I'm gonna go ahead and close the video out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.